I'd like you to join me in the future, because today we are looked at as being the trusted advisors on what happens next. And not just any next, but the next in our industries, the next in the groups we work with. And let me also share that they're watching us for social networking things. A quick tip: Facebook are the people you knew in high school. LinkedIn are the people you know now. Twitter are the people you will know. So get on Twitter and start learning who you will know next. Now, I'm about to go someplace where it's uncomfortable because it will be the future. Many of us will fall back into, Karl, this could be a good best practice analysis. First step on the future: best practices are obsolete. As of now, stop talking best practices. Well, we like best practices. Yes, we do. Why? In general, in best practices, we go look at someone who's doing something we think is clever. We basically mimic it, adapt it, and implement it into our organization. Am I right? From the time you start to the time you implement, how long? 18 months? That's like 4 internet years. Maybe 10. They're like dog years. So what we need to do is go to where we ought to be first. What we ought to do is look at some of the more recent next steps and realize that what Apple did with the iPad was not listen to the focus groups that said no one needs a tablet and go there first. Not listen to the people who say that the status quo on how we're handling performance management is fine and go there first. So our role is to figure out where things are going and get there first. Or at least second, but certainly not 14th. There is actually some benefit to being second. I've noticed that the child who hits the piñata at the party never gets any candy. They're disoriented and they've got a blindfold on. So figure out who's getting there first and go there with them. Let me give you an example. Best practice thinking has people putting all of their employees in a distribution curve. Here's a firm of 20 people. There are 3 really, let's put high performers over here, 3 really high performers. And if we look at the outputs, goods, services, goodwill of that practice, those 3 people produce 60% of the output of the firm. Does that make sense? Okay. And then these 3 people, it's a negative number. Not only do they not produce anything of value, they irritate these 3. And then these remaining 14 people, they don't hurt you, but they show up. They're okay. They're fine. Where, in general, has management and training focused their time? On the top performers or the low performers? Why? Because they're trying to turn idiots into mediocre. Why aren't they spending time with the high performers? Why do the high performers not get the attention? Give me a couple answers. Self-starters. They don't need it. Reflect on your own life. Do high performers value challenge assignments? Do high performers work for money or recognition? We're ignoring them. And something scary is going to happen in the future. So the work we do needs to be focused. Where? Here. Focus on the people you want to keep. Now, go ahead and still work with the low end of the food chain, but make sure that you're putting some love and attention on the good ones. So, it's now 2014. Something that is not in people's strategic plans is about to happen. The health insurance reform law that is in place is launching something called insurance exchanges. Let me tell you why this is important. The mid-career, high-quality entrepreneurial professionals that all firms make their real money on, they're the good ones. They haven't shared with their bosses that they are really kind of itchy and bored with their jobs. Why are they working? It's because they haven't shared this with you, but they have a child with type 1 diabetes. And on their own, they're uninsurable. They have a spouse that's a cancer survivor. And on their own, they're uninsurable. Why aren't they starting their own practice? They've got the money, they've got the entrepreneurial drive, they've got the market. Health insurance. In 2014, this law will go into effect, no matter what the Supreme Court says. The law will go into effect, and exchanges will be launched that will remove that handcuff. And there will be a significant transfer of talent in and out of organizations because they can. So, here's my closing thought. The organizations that can get ahead of the cultural issues, the cultural divide, and create an entrepreneurial, highly interactive culture inside the existing organizations will attract the people that are moving. And the ones that stick to the status quo will lose. And it is that near-death experience that will change our industry. Thank you very much.